Okay, so Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad Azim Shah. My metric number is A20DW2034. So this is my response video for tutorial 1 DDWQ3423 construction law. Okay, so for this particular tutorial, there are 10 questions, but I only need to answer 2 from these 10 questions. So the questions that I choose is number one, what is the difference between a variation and a change? And then number seven, can an employer unilaterally impose a VO on a turnkey or design and build contractor? What if the contractor objects? So for the question one, the difference between a variation and a change. The definitions for both terms are variation order, PWD clause 24 and PAM clause 11. The alteration or modification of the design, quality or quantity of the works, addition, omission or substitution of any works, alteration of the kind or standard of any material goods to be used in the works must be in writing. So actually for both of contract document, PWD and PAM, they tell the same meaning, which is the alteration and then the addition and then the alteration of the kind. So just the same, and then we go, and then variation order must be in writing. So for change order, also known as a variation order, as is called, it is a work that is added or removed from the original contractor's scope of work. FedEx 1999, clause 13, basically the same as a variation order. So actually, the change order is just the same as version order, I think, in my opinion. So yeah, both of these must be in writing to determine it as a valid version or change order. And then the difference, some says version are for work on site and change order for contract documents related. Some people say both of the terms have the same meaning after all. It is depends on the company which terms they want to use. I say it does not differ that much from each other since both of them are for the same objective. Yeah, so both variation and change is to change order in a construction site. No, construction site, construction, all the construction related thing in the contract, all that stuff. So and then we move to related case for the variation order or change order. So in the related case is Multiplex Constructions versus Epworth Hospital. Epworth was responsible for providing design to Multiplex. However, the design was incomplete at the date of tender. The contract stated that variations exclude any changes or additional works caused by or resulting from the development of the design of the works. Although Multiplex had accepted the risk of Epworth's development of the design, that did not make the contract open-ended. Once a design component had been fully exposed, its design development was at end. Once fully exposed, Epworth could still refine the exposed design at Multiplex expense. Anything beyond refinement would be a variation except where some other design development had a consequential impact. So question 7, which is, can an employer unilaterally impose a VO on a turnkey or design and build contractor? What if the contractor objects? So design and build is best to be practiced without any variation order instruction from the client. CIDB clause 10.2, 28 and 29. Arguments normally occurred on various aspects. The usual issues are identification of variation, validity of variation, and valuation of variation or the amount. So these are the clauses from CIDB, which is 10.2, variation arising from compliance, 28 variations, and 28.1 power or to order variation. So the first question we have was is, can an employer unilaterally impose a VO? So if we refer to 28.1, power to order Variations 28.1.a, which is the superintending officer may at any time issue an instruction in writing requiring a variation, provided that where option module A is applicable, no instruction shall be required for increase or decrease in the quantity of work, where such increase or decrease is not result of an instruction given under this clause 28.1, but is the result of the remeasurement of provisional quantity stated in the base of quantity. So, and then 28.1 point B, no such variation shall in any way validate the contract, but the effect, if any, of all such variation shall be valued in accordance with clause 29, provided that there are where the issue of an instruction to vary the works is necessitated by some default or breach of contract by the contractor or for which he is responsible, any additional cost attributable to such default shall be borne by the contractor. Okay, so basically what it says, yes, the SO or the employer may at any time issue a instruction rating requiring a variation to the design and build contractor, even though the design and build, which all the design and the building works on the contractors uh, on the contractors. And so for the second question is, what if the contractor objects? So what if the contractor objects, we can refer 28.1.d. The contractor shall carry out with due diligence, expedition or aberration pending the variation of the variation by the superintending officer pursuant to clause 29. So basically what it says, the contractors shall carry out, must need to carry out the variation. So if the contractor refuse to carry out the variation, it can become breach of contract or due to the variation already stated in the contract CIDB. So the related case for this question is Wong Po Oil versus Dirt Root Guok and Anor. Defendant agreed to build a house for the plaintiff on design and build and basis. So for the defendant is the root Guok and Anor, and the plaintiff is Wong Po Oil, and the plaintiff claim for extra items to be as included in the design which thought were necessary to conform to the design and not a variation. Defendant alleged that those works are variation order. Plaintiff refused to pay the additional claim. Defendant sold the property to other person. Judge held the orders made by the plaintiff were not variation but necessary conform to the original design plan. Plaintiff not liable to pay for the additional work. Defendant liable in breach of contract and must compensate plaintiff. So um, here this is why design build, if there are any variation in design and build contract, this could be happening. Why? Because as you can see, they have complication between them, which is the contractor thought that the thought that the additional design is a variation, but actually it's not. And then the court held it is not a variation, but just conform to the original design plan. So that is all from me. Thank you.